Hey guys, welcome back to T2SMC Trader. I had no electricity, so I wasn't over here around the morning session. But whatever is going to happen in this market, I have already told this to you yesterday's PM session. However, I'd love to go through this price action. Before going through this price action, I need to ask you guys if the technical things are good, right? The audio settings is good. You can hear me. The video is good. You can see you can see the chart. Is everything good? Okay, please let me know that. Hey Uche, good morning. Vin, good morning. Pitbull, hello brother. Yeah, man, I had no electricity, unfortunately. But what you should do, I have already told that yesterday's PM session. Whatever is going to happen, we knew that very precisely over there. I just would love to go through some very, very, very specific things over here. I hope it will make some sense to you guys if you are interested. Then, if you are not interested, you can simply leave and go and watch those beautiful ladies. They are doing the live streaming as well. Good, good. Hey, Garcoin, how are you, man? Buy a solar, bro. Gov is giving subsidy. Sorry, brother, I don't have the money. That's why I just started this donation things. Like I need near about 6,000, 5,000 euros, something like that. I don't have that money. I'm just trying to raise the money. If I get the money, then I'll of course do the solar system. Otherwise, I am good with that. This is free thing. So whenever I will be able to provide the knowledge for free, I'll do that for free. If I am not able to do that, I can't spend that much money and I don't have that money to be honest. Hey, trading in the zone. How are you, brother? Can you guys hear me? Please let me know that at first. By the way, guys, next Monday, I'm going to give you the giveaway one Lucid Pro account. I wanted to use that account for myself, but as I'm not interested to buy any other prop firm, so I'm just going to make a giveaway and I'll give that account to you guys. Okay. And I think after 4 to 5 days, I'll be able to buy two more accounts. I'll be able to buy them. Okay. Because I'm going to get a payout from Tradify. And I think I'll be able to make at least 2 to 3 more accounts to give away. Of course, I'll go with the Lucid funded, Lucid trading actually. So I'll give them to you as well. I'm just not interested to keep the accounts for me anymore. Good morning, Chatur. It can be done with 50,000 rupees if you can pay. Brother, I'm not from Bangladesh, so this is a bit different, and I'm not interested to use the battery, the acid battery. I need to go with the lithium battery. The one lithium battery is gonna cost near about 2 lakh BDT, which is near about 2k US dollar. So in Bangladesh, it's a bit different. I think in India maybe there is some sort of solution like that. I don't know. But guys, can you hear me? Please let me know that. Come on, man. Can you hear me? I think you can hear me, right? Otherwise, we can't do the conversation with Pitbull. You can hear me, right? Hello, hello, hello. Mic testing 1 2 3 4 5. This candle is absolutely a predicted candle. Okay, thank you, Chut. Hey, Sivan. Good morning, brother. Thank you, brother, for saying that. You see this chart? This is a very empty chart over here for Nasdaq, MNQ, this chart. Okay, but today I will need this NQ chart as well. So this NQ chart is also important to me. I need to go over here as well. So first I need to confirm you the things over here is this MNQ chart is not a precise chart. Okay, the precise price action you are going to get from NQ, not MNQ micro contract. It should be the mini contract. So that chart is more precise rather than this MNQ chart. However, this is the candles from the daily chart. As you can guys remember, when this market has cleared this low over here, I just simply say that now I'm interested to look for a new all-time high. When this candle over here has closed above this candle, I try to predict the all-time high, the next all-time high, also the reaction, at least the reaction from there. But before going anywhere, I wanna go for the yesterday's price action. So yesterday's price action also beautiful price action. Before I close the PM session live, I told you to observe yesterday's candle where it is going to close. This week quadrant level, I'm going to mark them. This is the quadrant level. I told that if this candle close above the consonant crossment of this week, the 50% above this week, Listen to me very carefully. First of all, when this market came to this bullish parabolic gap, more importantly, when it tapped to this breaker block over here around this area, I was extremely bullish until the 50%. So yesterday, my target was this 50%, not this upper quadrant. It has traded this upper quadrant. That's really so beautiful. But my interest was until that line, which is the 50% of that specific week. So 50% is also called the last parallel gap. I wanted to see this market to go higher and trade the 50% of that week. And then what is going to happen? I told that I don't know what is going to happen next for the rest of the day. At the end of the day, which is the last candle, 4:59 candle PM, 4:59 PM candle, if that 1 minute candle close above this line, which is this red line, I'll look for the buy for a very specific line. To find out that specific line, I told you to look for low, high, lower low. This breaker block, high, lower low. Okay, so again, low, high, lower low. This low, lower low, in between these two candle, the highest up close body close candle is the breaker block. Of course, not the best breaker block. I don't even need the best breaker block. As you can see in this market, from here, it started to go up until this area. There is not even a single lower low. This market has built never, ever, ever the lower low. So this is the first time this market has given me an opportunity to look for the all-time high or something like that. Okay, so this is the first time it has given me. So I told you to look for the lowest body, highest body. Over here, this is the lowest body, this is the highest body, and to go for the standard deviation level. I'm going to show you the settings for the standard deviation level. If any of you are interested, just take a screenshot over here or later come back and like set up your standard deviation according to mine if you are interested. Okay, I'm gonna remove this. I told you to mark this lowest body and the highest body. So if you see over here, this body is a bit above of this body. But here is a twist. I wanna go to this NQ chart. And in this NQ chart, you see these two body are around the same level. So if I go for the lowest body, which is here, and the highest body, which is over here, this should be the real standard deviation, real prediction, not the MNQ chart, because this chart is bit messy over here. I wanna stay over here in this MNQ chart, and later I'll go to the NQ chart. When you should look for that, you'll understand that when I'll be in NQ chart. I told you a very specific level. It was not a confused level, a very specific level. First, this minus 1.5 standard deviation. So this market came here, respected this minus 1 standard deviation, rejected from there. This is called the reaction. That reaction sent the market until this bullish parabolic gap over here. Not interested to see this low to be taken. It should not take that low for sure. Trade this breaker block high. Also traded this bullish parabolic gap. Confirmed the bullishness by closing above this constant encroachment of that week, came to this minus 1.5 standard deviation. Still, I'm not thinking this is gonna be the all-time high. For me, I will keep looking for this line, which is minus 2.5 standard deviation. But at least this market will give me the reaction from minus 1.5 standard deviation. That's for sure. This is a very strong level, minus 1.5 standard deviation. From where? Low, high, lower low. The second leg, lowest body, highest body. We'll look for minus 1.5 standard deviation. That is the strongest level ever to predict the all-time high. According to me, if you go with ICT, ICT will show you from here to here. Okay, I have used this leg for a long period of time, and of course they're of course useful. But if I go with this leg, I always get the precision. This is so precise. You don't need to believe me. Go everywhere and see how many times it works so perfectly. Minus 1.5 is the strongest level to me. If it violates this line by the daily candle closing above this line, I don't give a shit. I believe that this market will come to this minus 2.5 standard deviation. As long as this market is not going to close above this minus 1.5 standard deviation, it can be the all-time high. So when it came here and it started to respect from there, I will start to look for the sell only. I'm not interested to look for the buy only, buy anymore. I will keep looking for the sell. If I see the body has closed above this line, then I will keep looking for the buy again for minus 2.5 standard deviation. Is that understandable? Whatever I told you until now, does it make any sense to you guys? As I put the title masterclass of ICT concepts, so I need to go step by step. Do you understand whatever I told you so far? No trade today. Hey, story. I wasn't here, man. I didn't have the electricity, so I just didn't take any trade, man. It works, but can you explain why it works? Why those levels are not random? Mm, if I wanna reply you, I will go with ICT. This price is actually the algorithmic price action, and the algorithm see this the standard deviation level, and those levels are important for the algorithm. You can find out these levels by watching this area. So if you go from here to here and predicted the projection level, so minus 1.5 and minus 2.5 is the algorithmic projected level. So I will reply like ICT himself. It works, man. By anyhow, I don't know why it works. Maybe this is the algorithmic price action. Maybe there is something I don't know, but it works. It simply works. Hey, Leonardo, how are you, brother? Okay, so it makes some sense to you. I hope you have told that. Okay, yeah, it makes some sense. So I'm going to remove these lines now. For now, these lines I'm going to remove that. I'm gonna keep it. Okay. Now I'm going to jump to 1 minute chart directly. When I came to this 1 minute chart, and you see here, it didn't tap to this minus 1.5 standard deviation, right? There is a small gap. This is the minus 1.5 standard deviation, and this market came until here. It didn't tap to this line. I need the precision. Remember, even if it is just one tick gap, there is a one tick gap in between these two line. I'll keep looking for the buy. But in this type of scenario, you have to check the NQ one time, at least one time. So in NQ chart, if I go for this daily chart, and if I look for this standard deviation from the same level, from the lowest body, highest body, this is that minus 1.5 standard deviation. If I come back to 1 minute chart, and if I see here, it perfectly trade this minus 1.5 standard deviation. So in MNQ chart, it failed to touch this line. In NQ chart, it has tapped to that line. What will I think? The job is done. That means market perfectly trade that minus 1.5 standard deviation. I need any kind of reaction from there. I need that reaction. I don't give a shit about anything else, but I need a reaction from there. Any kind of reaction from there, if there is an opportunity to go for the trade, I'll go for that trade. I'll come back to the trade again. But for now, you have seen that this market perfectly trade this minus 1.5 standard deviation around that area. So I'm going back to MNQ chart one more time, because a lot of people actually trade the MNQ chart. And I'm going to keep it here so that those people who will come later, they will be able to see that it has perfectly traded the minus 1.5 standard deviation. How? I've just shown you that from the NQ chart. Remember, the NQ chart is the precise chart. So if you need the exact precision, you have to check the levels from NQ chart, not from the micro contract, from NQ chart. I should also explain that things in a lot of videos, so you can check them as well if you have any confusion. Now I'm coming back to 15-minute chart, and from this 15-minute chart, sorry, the 1 minute chart actually, and from this 1 minute chart, this is the yesterday's PM session price action. I need to talk about this at first. Yesterday's PM session, while I came here to this live, I told you that this is the buy side liquidity. Market has to take this buy side liquidity from that specific fair value gap. It was absolutely in live, okay? So no hindsight. Now it is hindsight, but everything was in live yesterday's PM session. You can see the videos, yesterday's PM session videos, okay? So it came here and it came here and then finally closed over here. I told that there is nearly 0% possibility this market will fall and it will come to this specific gap without clearing this buy side liquidity. But I wish if it could leave this buy side liquidity open and then it could fall. That would be awesome for me to frame a buy setup toward that buy side liquidity. But it is nearly impossible. Market will not do that. 6 p.m. candle open, what it has done? Just simply cleared that liquidity. See, the first job it has done to clear that liquidity without falling, without breaking this beautiful 22 YT model. I went through all of this price action around the PM session yesterday. So I'm not going to go over here. And finally, this market closed above this line, which is the 50%. So now I need to come in 15-minute chart and I need to see what happened today. Okay. So let me go to the 930. Where is the 930? 930. So there is the 930. Okay. So this is the 930 candle. Before this candle, whatever happened. So I don't know what is happening over there. Okay. Just think that I don't know what is going to happen next. I'm here just before 930. What is my expectation? First of all, this is my question. What should be my expectation? Is this a bullish market? Is this a bearish market? I'm 100% bullish. For what? For this minus 1.5 standard deviation. I'm going to predict this market is coming for this minus 1.5 standard deviation over here. After coming over here, this market will keep showing me the bullishness for this line. I'll keep looking for the buy. But of course, after coming over here, there will be some sort of reaction. So that will be in my mind as well. But it will be dependent on the market. Should I go for any sort of sell depending on the price action? Or should I avoid that sell because there is no price action? So from 15-minute chart, let's see what happened actually. This market finally cleared the, like here, this high has been cleared, relatively equal highs has been cleared, and market has built the relatively equal highs, which is the buy side liquidity around that area. You see here, this high and that high, they're the relatively equal highs. This high and that high, they're the relatively equal highs. So market has engineered the buy side liquidity. Then market fall came to this area, which is the fair value gap from 15-minute chart. If you go to the hourly chart, you'll be able to see that this market perfectly trade the entry fair value gap from the hourly chart. So from the hourly chart, it has traded the entry fair value gap, which is over here around that area. If you even go to the 15-minute chart, that is also the entry fair value gap from 15-minute chart. Or no, it's not the entry fair value gap. Actually, it's some sort of bullish fair value gap. So whatever is happening here, I don't care because I'm here in front of my chart before 930. In my mind, this market is going for this line over here. That is in my mind. Okay. So I'm seeing that this market has fallen, cleared all the lows over here. See, all of these lows has been cleared over here. Trade some sort of bullish fair value gap from 15-minute chart. And the lowest down close body close candle is an order block. Trade that order block perfectly went higher by leaving the unfilled gap. Remember, it has left the unfilled gap open over there from 15-minute chart. So this candle high and this candle low, which is a gap that should be unfilled. This market should not fill this gap. So this is going higher. I'm so happy to see that. Then finally, this market came back and closed this unfilled gap over here so beautifully. Am I doing anything wrong? Actually, I'm doing something wrong. It's that's how we should not think like that way. Okay. Actually, this is the market structure shift, and then this is the fair value gap. Market trade this fair value gap. This is the order block, and then market never build the unfilled gap instead of this gap. So this should be the unfilled gap. Until this gap, there was no unfilled gap. So I should look for this unfilled gap over here. I can't use the breaker block to think about the buy. However, I'm in front of my chart before 930. I'm waiting to see can the market come here and trade this line. That is in my mind. Okay. If I'm wrong, this market is started to fall. I don't want to participate in this price action. I'll just look for the buy. If there is a buying opportunity, I'll look for that buying opportunity over there. So around 930, I'm over here. So I'm going back to 1 minute chart. From 1 minute chart, so far this market has cleared the all-time high. This is the all-time high. So market has cleared that all-time high. In the meantime, this market, like when it came here, it has built some sell side liquidity over here from 1 minute chart. So this is the sell side liquidity. After clearing the all-time high, what should you expect at first? This market is now going to fall, clear this sell side liquidity, then it will start to go higher and it will come over here. That is how you should think about this market around 930. Remember, this is very important things over here. I'm not interested to see this market will start to go higher and touch this line without clearing some sort of sell side liquidity over here. So it should go higher after clearing some sort of sell side liquidity. Then it can start to go higher toward that buy side liquidity or the standard deviation level. And this is the 930 open, and then market started to go higher. Until 930, I am just interested to see can the market fall. So I'm bearish. Remember, I'm not bullish. I'm just bearish toward that sell side liquidity over here. I am not bearish, sorry, bullish. I'm only bearish. My bias is bearish. As long as this market is not taking the liquidity, I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. So around 930, market open and started to go higher without giving me any sort of opportunity to take the buy. If I go for the regular trading hour, you see here this candle open, this candle close. There is an opening gap over here as well. which I'm going to mark by the lower quadrant, I mean the quadrant level over here to here by the quadrant level. It just tapped to the upper quadrant, then it started to go higher without clearing the liquidity. Can I take this trade? There is a 22 YT model. I have seen this 22 YT model through my phone. I was watching it, but I was never interested to take the buy. A beautiful market structure shift around that area. You wanna go for the buy from here? You go to please go for that, man. And later when it will not work, don't start to cry, okay? So market tap to this fair value gap after giving the market structure shift, tap to this fair value gap, lowest then started to go higher and finally reach to minus 1.5 standard deviation. What is my interested to see? This market will go higher and trade this line. That is my interest to see. But the way it went higher, I have no way here to enter into a trade. So when this market is going higher, if I were here in front of you guys, I would start to say like this way. Oh man, oh, why you are just keep going higher without me? Just fall, take some liquidity, then go higher. Why you just leaving me behind here? Please don't go like that way. Please fall and take some liquidity. Then give me the setup. I want to take that buy. I know where you are going, but please give me the entry opportunity. There is simply no opportunity to take the buy over here. No buy. If any of you have gotten that buy, congratulations, brother, and welcome to the losing side. So tomorrow you will blow the account. I'm gonna challenge you. If any of you have taken the buy over here, you will say, brother, I have my knowledge about the study. I mean, sorry, ICT concepts. There is a inversion parallel gap. There is a breaker block. There is a word block. There is a blah 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 bullshit. Whatever I'm saying to these things to those people who are really interested to learn the ICT concepts. Those people who are interested to go and join some people, they will show you this setup and they'll show you the boom over here. Instead, I mean, still I believe that there is nobody in this world who has predicted that line except me. I didn't see that. Okay. None of them has predicted that line except me. But still, even if there is someone who has predicted that line that this market will go at least until that area, and he is going to show you the trade after 9:30. Before 9:30, maybe there is a trade opportunity. I don't know. I'm talking about after 9:30. If there is anyone who is going to show you the entry over here, that 22 item model or entry, water block entry, whatever it is, and you want to follow them, highly appreciated. There is not even a single buying opportunity until that area. Even though you know that where the market is going for, you're not able to take this buy. There is no opportunity to take the buy. So this setup is not a valid setup to me. Do you know what I was looking for over here when I was watching the market through my phone? I was interested to see this type of things. Come here, inverse this gap, tap to this gap, and it will fall to take this sell selectivity. I would love to take the sell from this gap over here like around that area by depending on the inverse parabolic gap logic that market has built a bullish gap, tap to this bullish gap, take the liquidity, then fall, inverse this gap. I want to take this sell from this inverse gap for this sell side liquidity. I'm not interested to take the buy until that line, which is this minus 1.5 standard deviation, a very specific line. There is not even a single buy. Again, if you took that buy and you are profitable, congratulations, brother. Okay, I highly appreciate that. So I'm going to watch this trade, and finally, when this market came here, remember the standard deviation was over here, a bit above of this line. I was pretty much confident that one of this candle wick will tap to this line. When I saw it is not tapping over here, and this appeared on the chart over here, and trade this small fair value gap. I'm not talking about an entry yet. Okay, there is an entry. I'll show you the entry. I saw this gap has been traded. I get confused. What is happening over here? Why this market is building a bearish gap before even tapping to this line? It should not do that. So I immediately go to the NQ chart and recheck. Did it really trade this minus 1.5 standard deviation? I found that it has perfectly traded this minus 1.5 standard deviation. So now I'm not interested to look for buy anymore because this market has done its job over there. It has already traded this minus 1.5 standard deviation. It doesn't need to go a bit higher to trade that minus 1 standard deviation one more time. Then this thing happened. Market structure shift, fair value gap over here. What should be my target? That sell side liquidity before 9:30 open. I was interested to see this market will fall, take that sell side liquidity, then come over here. As this market didn't take this sell side liquidity, so it left the liquidity over there. So first, find out where is your liquidity. You have found this liquidity. Now you are bullish. So what should you expect? This market will take some sort of liquidity, then it will start to go higher. If the market doesn't take the liquidity and start to go higher, then wait for a certain level to be traded. After trading that line, start to look for that sell side liquidity over here. So I'm not going to frame a random trade around that area. I'm seeing where the market where the market has reached. Where minus 1.5 standard deviation. You are expecting some sort of reaction. Got the market structure shift around that area. Fair value gap. I was watching the candles one, two, three. Within three candle, which is the best immediate reaction, came here. Stop loss has to be above this high, which is near about 41 handle. Not interested to put it over here. Instead of that, would love to put it above this candle, which is an order block around that area, depending on this fair value gap. So just wanted to see if this high can be respected. Target this specific sell side liquidity. Of course, by taking some partial or whatever you want to do, you can just take the partial and try to hold the trade until a sell side liquidity over here. Some of you can ask me, this is not a perfect market structure shift, brother, because this is a beautiful swing low, but still it didn't trade a fair value gap over here, or it doesn't have a swing low on its left, swing low on its right. So it's not a valid market structure shift. I was also watching that. So first, I wanted to see, can this market build an order block and give me the entry opportunity from this order block? When this market failed to trade this order block, I've seen this beautiful market structure shift, which is the best market structure shift. After giving this market structure shift, I was watching this candle over here. How far it is falling. Remember this gap over here? What is this gap? Last fair value gap. So here, when I saw this last gap is holding the market, and this is the 22 YT model bearish gap around that area from here to here. That is that bearish gap, only bearish gap, and sorry, the entry fair value gap and the breakaway gap. If I would love to take the sell from this bearish gap, I have to cover at least this breakaway gap over here or the mean threshold of this old order block. So I'm not able to do that because of the stop loss is going to be so big. So I can't do that. Still, I also don't know, is this going to be respected or not. So I need a confirmed entry. Exactly the same thing over here from this order block. So I was interested to take either the sell from this gap or the sell from the order block. So when this candle from the best 22 YT model has built this order block by trading this specific fair value gap, and the very next candle has closed below this order block, I'm interested to take the entry around this area from that candle by putting my stop loss not only above this candle high, just some handle above this high. Okay, like one two handle above this candle, because sometimes we can did the damage. So you have to just be careful about that. What is going to be my target? Same sell side liquidity after clearing this partial. So first trade I've shown you from this fair value gap, which is nearly 250 handle. I would never ever go for this trade, to be honest, if I were there. Okay, it is not a valid market structure shift to me. I wouldn't be able to take the sell from this gap. I would look for the sell from this order block. As the market didn't trade this order block, I would love to look for the next 22 YT model, which is inside this 22 YT model from this parabol gap, the immediate reaction and the order block confirmation. So from there, if it doesn't work, I'll look for the next order block entry opportunity. But if it works, I know that I'm going to get profitable over here by taking some sort of partial, or if you even close the trade to this last fair value gap, which is over here. This is a valid last fair value gap around this area here, above this sell side liquidity here, above this sell side liquidity, last fair value gap over here. Even if you would love to hold the trade until this last fair value gap, which is around that area, which is nearly 80 handle. So you will risk a 30 handle risk for 80 handle profit over here. Closed below this last fair value gap from 1 minute chart. I was watching this as well. Closed it. Tap to this line. What am only bearish. How long? Until this sell side liquidity. Next candle tap to this gap. Interested to put my stop loss above this high, which is nearly 32 handle. The target is going to be the sell side liquidity over here. And if it overzealous and come to this gap, I'll happy to hold the trade until that area. The next trade from here. Okay. So from there to sell side liquidity until here, which is near about 38 handle, 1:1, something like that. If I miss this trade, if by anyhow you miss this trade, then that is going to be the second opportunity. I'm going to remove everything on my chart except so everything over here, and gonna talk about this. So I'm going to remove this one. I'm gonna remove this one, that gap from my chart. Around sorry, around 9:30, I have this sell side liquidity on my chart. I am bullish. How long? Until this minus 1.5 standard deviation. At least until this line. If it broke above this line from the daily candle, which is going to happen end of the day. Not now, end of the day that is going to happen. If it close above this line, I'll look for that standard deviation, which is minus 2.5 standard deviation. That is a long period of time. So I don't need to worry about that because I'm trading from 1 minute chart. So when this market came to this minus 1.5 standard deviation and it left that sell side liquidity open without clearing the sell side liquidity, market came here. What does it mean? My bullish market turned into a bearish market from a very specific level. This level has been outlined yesterday's PM session. Go and rewatch. Not only yesterday's PM session, yesterday's morning session, yesterday's PM session, the day before yesterday also, I have talked about this line. You guys can check it if you are confused about that. And I clearly told that this market has to reach at least until to this line before any sort of reaction. For now, I'm bearish for a long period of time, not bullish. As long as the daily candle is not going to close above this line, I'm only bearish. No buy is valid to me anymore. I'm just bearish. Remember, I'm just bearish until a certain period of time or certain period of liquidity to be taken. And to me, if you ask me where is that, I'm interested to see this market to come to this new week opening gap now. Not today, by Monday, it will target this new week opening gap. I hope so. It is going to happen over there. So for me, I will miss all of this buy, then I'll frame the sell wherever I feel good, either from this 22 IT model or this order block or this 22 IT model or this order block, and then market will fall. I believe so. However, after clearing this sell side liquidity around that area, when this low appeared on the chart, look very closely because some of you has taken this buy. I can guarantee it. I can guarantee you. Okay, I can guarantee you. Some of you have taken this buy. Again, I'm gonna respect your trade, brother. You are always an awesome trader. You are the best trader. I believe you. I'm just talking this in general for learning purpose. Just for learning purpose. So please, I'm not judging any of you. No judgment over here. This is just for learning purpose, okay? Listen to me very carefully. Those of you who have taken any sort of buy over here, you are not going to be a long-term profitable trader. You have to understand why I'm saying that. When this market fall and came here, cleared that sell side liquidity, this beautiful sell side liquidity has been cleared over here. Exactly what happened over here. Let me come around this area and let me mark this gap over here. Okay, so this candle low and with the volume imbalance, there is a small volume imbalance going to extend it to my right. This is the last fair value gap. So this market from 1 minute last fair value gap here is respecting and it's just gave me the reaction. Why? I'm just going to explain that within a moment. But before that, look at this low. What this low have done? If you ever get lost, why don't you write it down, guys? Please write it down, okay? Try to take the notes. If you ever get lost, is it going to go higher now? Because this is a very bull run, so beautiful bull run. So is this going to go higher again? Look what the low has done. Did it build the liquidity or did it take the liquidity? If you look on your left, there is a swing low over here. So I'm going to mark that swing low over here and I'm going to see what this swing low has done with that swing low. Going back to 15-minute chart, and from 15-minute chart, this is a swing low, this is a swing low, this is the last fair value gap above from here to until here. This is the whole leg, right? This is the whole leg. To this whole leg, if I go for this gap, are you going to argue with me that this is not the last fair value gap? Are you going to argue with me? Is it the last fair value gap from here to here? Of course, this is the 50-minute last fair value gap. So this market came here, respected from this last fair value gap, as well as it has built the beautiful sell side liquidity. It is the beautiful support. Now, I can be wrong. Maybe this market really love to go here. It want to come over here. So it will give me the bullishness right now and it will keep going higher. Maybe I'm wrong. But as a normal way, as a general way, what should you think? This market has cleared 99.99.99999% liquidity. There is not even a single liquidity left except the all-time high. As well as this market came to the minus 1.5 standard deviation, which is a very specific level. After coming over there, this market fall and build a new sell side liquidity. From 1 minute chart, you have seen it has cleared the sell side liquidity. But from 15-minute chart, it has built a new support over here. When I've seen this support has been built over there, I'm interested to mark this high and that low and wanna see where the market can maximum go. To me, it can maximum go until this deep premium area. After leaving the sell side liquidity, after didn't leave any sort of buy side liquidity, there is not even a single buy side liquidity left. Build a sell side liquidity. Market is reversing according to the dealing range. Where can this market maximum go? To the deep premium level. In other word, you will look for the 6 on 8 level, the most important level for the bull run prediction, where the market can maximum go until this 6 on 8 level. That is the best case of scenario. Do you have anything over there? Ask yourself. From your 15-minute chart, do you see anything around that area? There is maybe something you can use from your 15-minute chart. 6 on 8 level from here to here. First, try to understand why I'm talking about that. Market went higher, clear 100% liquidity, just left the all-time high. So all-time high by itself is a liquidity. I agree with you, brother, but it's not a resistance. It's not a support. So market has built the all-time high, which is a liquidity according to the all-time high logic. Except that there is no liquidity left. Then market fall dramatically. It has fallen. Did it take the liquidity? Did it build the liquidity? Perfectly. This is awesome. One of the best support over here. So those people who miss the buy here, 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 they're going to predict that this market is coming over there and falling and then coming, go back again to take that high. Of course, it can do that. But should you think like that way? Or should you start to think, oh, okay, so market didn't leave any liquidity open over there. Market has built the sell side liquidity from not only 1 minute chart, but also from 15-minute chart, which is my higher time frame PDRA. So I need to predict that this market is going to fall again. If it really would love to fall, how can it fall? From the 50% equilibrium maximum to the 6 on 8 level. If it break the 6 on 8 level, it should not do that. Even if it break that 6 on 8 level, I'll just go to the quadrant level to see can it respect from this line. That means if the 50-minute candle close above this line, okay, no more sell is valid to me. As long as the market is not going to close above this line, I'm good to look for any sort of sell going back to 600 level because it has been respected over here and came to this 50-minute last gap. So I'm going to go back to 1 minute chart. Okay, so over here in 1 minute chart, you can see here there is some sort of liquidity market has built around that area, right? Some sort of liquidity relatively equal high. So when this market is came here, build the liquidity, trade the last parabolic gap from the 15-minute chart, rejecting from there, came around that area, respect over here, fall again, fall again. What it has built? Another sell side liquidity. Now, if I make the chart like this way, you will see there is another engineered liquidity over here, around here from the 1 minute chart, another sell side liquidity around that area. If you look for the trend line liquidity, this is very beautiful things. Okay, trend line liquidity, you can see this trend line is respecting. Those people previously failed to take the buy. They're all going to take the buy. You know that they're going to take the buy here. They're going to take the buy here. They're going to take the buy here, 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 everywhere. They're going to take the buy. What this market is interested to do, it is interested to fall. So if it really interested to fall, and if I see this market came here, I don't want to see this. All the high need to be taken. Now, here, this is the origin high of the setup that should not be taken according to the logic. More importantly, this high, because this is the best 22 bearish model. So this high doesn't need to be taken. It can clear this relatively equal highs. There is nothing, no problem. But when this market came to this line, which is over here, I'm now interested to look for sell. I'm not bullish anymore. This is a bearish market. I know this market is going to fall. So when it came here, I will start to look for sell again. Unfortunately, I don't see any selling opportunity over there. There is not even a single selling opportunity. Are you going to argue with me? You can argue with me, but I don't see any kind of selling opportunity. So finally, this market came to this 15-minute last 15-minute bearish gap, cleared that high, failed to take that old order block. I'm not happy to see that. If it can took that low, that high, that would be awesome. Highest up close body close candle is going to be my change in state of delivery. I'm interested to take the sale first from this order block. I'm not randomly taking this sell. Stop loss above this order block plus some handle, okay, plus some handle, and even you can put it a bit higher even if you want. You just make sure your stop loss is not exactly to the top of this order block, plus some space over there. Okay, what should be your target? sell side liquidity market has built over here. See this sell side liquidity? All these buy run over here, you are going to let them go. You don't give a shit about the buy side liquidity over here from the 1 minute chart, because from 15-minute chart you have seen this market trade the 50%. More importantly, 6 on 8 level. More importantly, 15-minute bearish gap, and it has cleared the buy side liquidity here. Buy side liquidity here, just fail to take this buy side liquidity. Instead of that, build a buy side, new buy side liquidity over here. So now I have this buy side liquidity left over there. What is it meaning? This buy side liquidity is going to be target later. This market will go back again to take this buy side liquidity. But before taking this buy side liquidity, this engineered sell side liquidity is kind of obvious liquidity to you. So this market will fall this sell side liquidity at least. So it will come from here to this sell side liquidity. After that, either it will go here or it will give me the momentum to take this sell side liquidity. After clearing this sell side liquidity, I don't know what is going to happen. I'm just going to hands up. I don't know what is going to happen. But as long as this sell side liquidity, engineered liquidity is not going to be taken, this market will keep falling, right? After taking this liquidity, if it has the momentum, it will simply fall over here. So what you will do? You will take the partial over here, and then you will try to hold the runner until that area. If you are extremely lucky, you will get the extreme boom. If you are not extremely lucky, then the market will go higher again and take this buy side liquidity before falling again to take this sell side liquidity over here. Does it make any sense to you guys? So first, I see this beautiful order block opportunity to take the sell from there. Now, 1:1 has been already provided long period of time, long ago, and it has retested this order block over here. When it is retesting around that area, look at this bullish 22 YT model. Listen very carefully to me. Market has built the buy side liquidity around that area. Trade the 15-minute bearish gap, that one, okay? Then market fall came to this bullish fair up over here, okay? Even though it has been violated, but it came here and then gave you a bullish market structure shift. Maybe there is a gap, maybe there is a not gap, doesn't matter. Maybe there is a gap, okay? For the sake of this conversation, think like there is a gap over here. By any chance, there is a gap. You are seeing there is a gap after getting the market structure shift. What should you think? This is going to take this buy side liquidity? No, you're not going to take the buy as long as it is not going to confirm you the trade. How? Order block. So you marked, forget about this order block because I'm going to show you the right price action exactly over here. Okay. So you don't know it is going to fall for this sell side liquidity or is it going to go higher to take this buy side. You just simply don't know that. So you didn't take the sell from this order block. Instead of that, you were waiting. So you saw this market came here, trade this bullish fair value gap, and then build a perfect swing high. And there is a market structure shift over here. There is a market structure shift. For the sake of this conversation, again, for the sake of this conversation, I found there is a gap. Just for the sake of this conversation. So there is a gap. Then market trade this gap. Are you going to take this buy? Of course not. You need the confirmation. What type of confirmation? Lowest down close body close candle that has traded this bullish fair value gap. You are going to take the buy from that bullish, bullish order block. You are going to get that entry from that bullish order block. That is the only valid trade over here. But as you can see, there was not even a single trading opportunity, no buy opportunity over here. So I don't give a shit about that. I'm going to avoid this sell, that buy. Instead of that, I'm going to watch this sell over here. See this swing low, which is a valid swing low for shifting market structure. Here, I got the bearish setup. Now, until here, I was confused. Is this market going higher to take this buy side liquidity or is it going to fall for this sell side liquidity? I was confused. So when I saw this bullish setup over here and it failed, market didn't go higher. Instead of going higher, it has given me this bearish market structure shift. See this fair value cap over here, around this area, around here. I'm more interested to take the sell from this bearish fair value gap. If it is an immediate reaction, if it is not an immediate reaction, I'm not going to take the sell over here. Where is going to be my stop loss? At least above this high. And you can see it's nearly 30 handle over there. Where is going to be your target? This sell side liquidity over here. Please don't push the button. It is the lunch hour. So lunch hour trade is not valid. So when it came here, I'll look for 1:1 partial at least if I can get the 1:1 partial. So which is 30 handle here. So stop loss 30 handle, partial 30 handle. So if I get that 30 handle partial, I'll try to put my stop loss to the break even. If I don't get it, maybe my stop loss is here. Okay, for the sake of this conversion, my stop loss is over there. So my target is 35 handle, which is nearly here. So it didn't give me the partial over here. am I going to put my stop loss to the break even after seeing this run? No, of course not. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting to see how it can fall and when it is going to fall. If it doesn't give me the partial, I'm not going to take the trade. I'm sorry. I'm not going to close the trade. Instead of that, I will keep holding my trade by putting my stop loss to the most logical level wherever I'm thinking this market is not going to go for. Then market came here and built another sell side liquidity. Look at this beauty of this market. See this sell side liquidity over here, which is the obvious sell side liquidity. So I'm gonna mark this low and that low as a sell side liquidity around that area. So this is the sell side liquidity. Here I have this last parabolic gap over there, which is the breakaway gap. Market is overzealous, came to this breakaway gap. Am I worrying about that? Of course not. Remember, this is the launch hour, so it's not a valid trade. So I'm just explaining you the price action according to my understanding. So when I'm seeing this, am I getting afraid? Of course not, man. I'm not afraid at all over here. All I'm watching how this market is going to fall without clearing this high. For the sake of this conversation, I will put my stop loss above this high, which is the protected high. Maybe I'm not going to do that. Maybe my stop loss is over here. I'll get stopped out over here. I'll watch if it can fail to take this high over here, or if it take this high, trade this gap, and then it started to fall again. All I want to see it is going to fall from this breakaway gap. It's not going to break this breakaway gap. But for the sake of this conversation, if it stop me out over here, then I will watch how this is going to be respected without clearing this high. It should fall and take this sell side liquidity, then this sell side liquidity, then it should start to go higher. Maybe for this buy side liquidity, or it will fall dramatically and take this sell side liquidity over here. Now here in this whole price action, if I start to look for the real setup around that area, that order block entry is the valid entry to me from this order block. Maybe after clearing the partial, I'll get stopped out over here. If I don't get the entry over here, I'll go for this trade, which is from that area. We'll try to take the partial 1:1. If I get it, I'll get stopped out to the break even by putting the stop loss. If my stop loss is not going to support the, like maybe my 35 handle is my stop loss and the partial level is over here somewhere, I don't know where it should be, then I'll hold my trade as long as it's not going to fall and give me my partial before putting it to the break even. So I'm going to believe this market maximum come to this breakaway gap. After coming over here, it will fall again and it will take this sell side liquidity, and finally if it have the momentum, it will go for this sell side liquidity around that area. This is how I will look for this market. To me, this market has zero possibility to go higher and clear this buy side liquidity. By any chance, I'm wrong. And I didn't get the partial over here. Maybe market violate this breakaway gap and it keep going higher for this buy side liquidity. After clearing this buy side liquidity, I'll start to look for sell again. Even though I don't think so it's going to happen. I believe that it will fall from this breakaway gap. But just for the sake of this conversion, think that I'm wrong over here. So market failed this breakaway gap, failed to hold the trade or the last gap, failed to hold the price action, and market violated it, went higher, take this buy side liquidity. In that type of scenario, I'll start to look for sell again after clearing this buy side liquidity toward this sell side liquidity, this sell side liquidity, and finally for that sell side liquidity. All I will wait for the PM session to see where the market is right now to look for the next trade. Do you have any question? If you have any question, please let me know that. If it make any sense to you. In this area, whoever has taken this buy, don't gamble. It's a request to all of you. Please don't gamble. It's not a buying opportunity over here. You have to understand first where this market is reaching for. Like, does it really would love to go higher one more time, or does it want to fall to take this sell side liquidity over here? According to that logic, you have to frame the trade over there. This entry is not a valid trade because this has created inside the lunch hour. I just explained you if it was inside the session, I would go for the trade, and that trade has given me at least 1:1 partial. 10 11 does not have the gap to the left side. 10 11 10 11 10 11 10 11. Oh, okay. I think in the second video, if I'm not mistaken, in the second video, I have explained these things. When this is a proper low, okay, you are not going to look for this low. This is a swing low that has been created while this market was going higher. Look like this way. When it is going higher, see this, it is going higher, right? So it is building the swing low. This swing low is important for me to trade a gap or to have a swing low on its left, a swing low on its right. But when this market is falling, look over here, it's not going higher anymore, it's falling. See here, it's falling. I don't need this low to trade a gap or to have a swing low on its left, on its right. So this swing low, which is a bull run swing low, I'm going to use. So to catch the exact top, exact top. In that type of scenario, this swing low need to trade some gap to work as a support, or it has to have a swing low on its left and on its right to build it as a valid swing low, because this is a part of a bull run. But when it is a part of a bear run and I'm using the bear swing low for the market structure shift, I don't need this swing low to trade any sort of fair value gap. If it trade it, that's awesome. If it even doesn't trade the gap, or if it doesn't have any swing low on its left and on its right, I don't need them to mark it as a market structure shift. I believe that I have explained this to the second video I have uploaded to the YouTube channel. If I miss it, please let me know too. I planned for buy opportunity, but it did not trade my fair value gap. Noted your suggestion, bro. You're most welcome, Sharda. Brother, what if the 30420 get hit is not valid for short 30420? What is that 30420? 30420, 30420. Okay. As this high is taken over here, I'll look for this gap to see if it can give me any sort of selling opportunity over here from this gap. If it failed to take this, I mean, fall from that gap, I will wait for this market to clear this buy side liquidity over here. After trading, I mean, clearing this buy side liquidity, I'll start to look for sell again. So if I'm in a sell over here, for example, I mean, this is not a valid trade. First of all, guys, it is the lunch hour. So no trade is valid inside the lunch hour. And don't start to judge me, okay? Please. However, if it doesn't work over here, I'll look for the next selling opportunity from here. If it violate this, like here, it has been violated, then I will wait for this market to clear this buy side liquidity. After that, I'll look for that sell for this new sell side liquidity, sell side liquidity, sell side liquidity. After clearing this line, for me, the sell is not going to be valid if the market close above this line from 15-minute chart. So if from 15-minute chart, if the market close above this line, no more sell is valid to me. So like as long as it's not going to close above this line, I'm good to go to look for any sort of sell from here, from here, from 618 level, from 50% level, wherever it will give me the selling opportunity below this line. No sell is valid above that line. So if the 50-minute candle failed to close above this line, I'm happy to look for any sort of sell from that line. Even it doesn't need to come to this quadrant level. And if I come back again to 618 level, just clear that buy side liquidity. Not interested to leave that buy side liquidity open over there. I'll start to look for sell again from that area, from this 50-minute bearish gap, by believing that it is going to fall. If it really overzealous, then it can come back again to trade this old water block that is an unfinished business, which is over here. This water block, if it is an overzealous, I really don't want to see that. But if it is overzealous, it can come back again to trade this water block. Remember, no trade is valid before the PM session. See this highest up close body close candle, that's going to be my order block again. If it was inside the session, I would start to look for sell again from this order block around that area. No buy, okay? From this. Please don't take this trade. It is the launch hour, so it's not a valid trade. So from here, I would start to look for the sell again for this sell side liquidity at least after clearing some sort of partial around here. So see this candle, I'm going to remove this quadrant level, and I'm just interested to see what the body has closed. Did the body has closed below? No, it didn't close. So if it could close below this line, I would start to look for sell again from this order block. As it didn't do, close below this, it's not a valid trade yet. So I will wait to see if it can build an order block. Otherwise, I'll see if it can reach over here to trade to finish the unfinished business, which is a 22 YT model order block. Can it go back again one more time to trade this order block? In the meantime, whenever it will build the water block from here, I prefer to look for any sort of sell from that area if it is inside the session. Does it make any sense? I would love to stay over here for a bit, guys, just to show you the fall until this sell side liquidity. I'll just call the trade, but please don't take the trade because this is the launch hour. Please don't go for the trade. If this candle close below this is a valid trade. If it doesn't close, then I will wait for the next opportunity. I know, brother, I'm still waiting for setup. Okay, Naj. Bro, this video is exercise for this weekend. I will go through it and make notes. I highly appreciate it, brother. 1011 bearish order block finally mitigated. 1011 bearish order block. I prefer this consecutive candle actually. Sorry, this highest up close body close candle, because this candle has closed below this candle. So I prefer this candle as an order block, not the consecutive candle. To me, okay. Just look, this market will tell me should I take the sell from here or not. If it really would love to fall, it will build the order block. If it doesn't want to fall, it will never give you the opportunity to take the sell from there. That means it will start to tell you, brother, don't look for the sell yet. I'm going higher to mitigate some, to finish some unfinished business, then take the sell. It will tell you that immediately. Observe it, okay? The way I showed you the price action, just observe it. Can it fall from that cordon level and take this sell side liquidity, that sell side liquidity? After that, there can be a little dance, okay, and then go for this sell side liquidity. But I believe as the liquidity has been cleared over here, it will dramatically fall after clearing this sell side liquidity and go for this sell side liquidity over there. I want to show you the 50-minute chart as well, so that you can understand how it is trading this 50-minute gap over here. So this is a new 15-minute candle. Let's see. No, none of you, please take the trade when I'm going to frame it. It will work. I believe it will work, but still don't take the trade inside the launch hour. If this candle close as a bull candle, then this swing low is a valid swing low for shifting market structure. If the candle take this high over here, then this is a valid inversion fair value gap to me to take the sell. Otherwise, I have to take the sell from here to there. If it close below this order block. So three type of opportunities I have over here to take the sell. Either it will build the order block, or it will build a swing low for shifting market structure, or it will close this gap 100% to use it as an inversion fair value gap. There is not even a single opportunity to take the sell over here. So this market still didn't give me the opportunity to take the sell. And I'm not liking the way it has built this buy side liquidity. This is actually the tough moment for me to take the sell, even if after seeing the beautiful setup over there. By the way, this order block is not valid anymore. After building this highest up close body close candle, it has taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candle. So it's not an immediate order block. So I don't want to use this candle as an order block anymore. That's a clean high. But the 15-minute candle has closed. Let me see what is happening in 1 hour chart. This is still bearish. Beautiful bearish. This is really a tough situation for me to take the sell here after seeing this liquidity over there. This is really a tough situation for me. I have already got the market structure shift. I have the bearish fair value gap, which is the breakaway gap over here. Keep watching, okay? This sell side liquidity, then this sell side liquidity. After that, this market can dance a bit. Just a bit dancing can happen. I don't think so it will do that because it didn't leave any liquidity over here. So it should fall dramatically to take this sell side liquidity right now. Please don't take the trade, okay? It is the launch hour, so please don't take this trade. Okay, so the stop loss is not too big. 25 handle. That is good. Let's see if it can come to this gap. And I'll put my stop loss there. Just 24 handle. I don't know it will come go to that gap or not. Why still I'm framing this trade? Because this liquidity is inside the 15-minute bearish gap. So to me, this liquidity is not that much important to me. Okay. So I'm not thinking that it is going to take that liquidity before falling. It's not important to me at all. Let's see. Okay. None of you, please don't push this button. This is the lunch hour. Wait for the PM session, then go for the trade. Just wait for this liquidity. If it is not taken before the PM session, you will find a beautiful sell. Trust me, man. PM session will give you a beautiful sell toward this sell side liquidity, sell side liquidity, sell side liquidity. You will get a beautiful sell if it is not taken by the lunch hour. If the sell side liquidities are taken by this trade, you are just unlucky. Okay, so you have to accept that this market has given you the opportunity, you missed it. Just you missed it. Don't go for the trade around the lunch hour. Please don't do that. Mhm. It's a bullish market. Please don't think like that way. Don't take this trade. It's a request to all of you. Please don't go with this trade. If this market cleared that liquidity through this setup, you are unlucky, extremely unlucky. You are not able to take the sell toward the PM session. By any chance, if it clear it around the lunch hour from this setup. So you're just unlucky. You have to accept that. Why did I put my stop loss over there at first? Because this was that 50-minute gap that could be respected one more time. One more time, it could be respected. So that's why I put my stop loss above this high. When this order block has been confirmed, my stop loss need to be above this consecutive order block. So now it came to this last gap. I'm not going to believe anything over here anymore. My stop loss should be there. That should be the stop loss right now for me. SL. Why? Because it came to this old last fair value gap. So I don't want it to work as a support. I need speed through this gap. And if I were in this trade, I would go for the partial. Again, please, 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 it's a request to all of you. Don't take this trade. It's a trade inside the lunch hour. You have to sacrifice this trade, man. You have to sacrifice this trade. That should be the partial, 1 is to 1 partial, which is nearly 24 handle, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just here to explain you the price action. So focus over here to learn. If it was inside the PM session, that would be the best setup to me. I would say that this is the setup that is going to work and you can go for this trade. As it is inside the lunch hour, like you should not go for this trade. Okay. Even if you know it is going to work, still you will sacrifice this trade. Trust me, man, you will be survive if you follow the things I'm telling you. If you are not following what I'm telling you, you'll regret. I have no word to say. As I said, this is the master class. Listen to me carefully. Do what I'm telling you to do. Don't just get overzealous and don't think that I'm going to miss this trade. Man, you are unlucky. If this market cleared this sell side liquidity, sorry, that sell side liquidity by this setup, you are just unlucky. So you got another market structure shift over here, here, and another fair value gap. There is another entry opportunity. So if it was inside the session and I missed the trade over here, or by any chance, I got stopped out. Okay, just think like I got stopped out. Then I would go for this trade by putting my stop loss above this high over here, or maybe I just covered the 50% of these consecutive candles and then would go for the trade for this also liquid over here from that specific fair value. I'm going to remove this gap now because that has been broken over here. I don't need that gap anymore. Previously, it respected, sent the market higher to trade this fair value gap, more important to this gap, and one more time to trade this 50-minute gap. What is that called? Reaction. Reaction sent the market higher. So I'm now interested to see this gap to work as a new 22YT model, which is the inside model. What is this? Exactly this. Market structure shift, market structure shift. Fair value gap, fair value gap. Exactly this thing. Exactly the copy paste over here. I'm not asking any of you to take this trade. Please don't go for the trade. Just observe it, okay? So if I were in that trade, for example, I miss this trade over here, that trade, okay? If I miss this trade, I would go for this trade and I will look for the same 1:1 partial, which is nearly 29 handle, right? So that should be the 29 handle. Here somewhere I would go for the partial level, like here, first partial for this specific trade over here. This is for your learning purpose. Please don't copy the trade. Don't go for the trade. It's the launch hour. It's not for you to take the trade. You will wait for the trade. What this liquidity, of course, it could be taken. There is nothing wrong with that. But I was just needed to see this gap to hold the market. This is the 50-minute last gap. So I wanted to see this gap to hold the market. Yeah, I didn't like this, the way it left this liquidity over here. But still, that is inside this gap. So they are not very strong. They're not a very strong gap. The last PDR is this one. If it is broken, you're going to get the boom. If this gap is broken, brother, what about this gap? It doesn't have any value, simply zero value over here. This is the last gap. It can give you the reaction, send the market again inside this gap to build the order block. It can do that, but it has zero value to hold the market, send it higher again to take this buy side liquidity according to the price action. Please don't go for the trade. It's a request to all of you. Please don't go for the trade. Learn it, earn it, and then execute your trade when it is time. If I were in that trade here, in that trade, that could be my partial over here, my stop loss, which is over here. You see this stop loss? I would put it to the break even now, like here. That could be my stop loss to the break even now for this specific trade here. If I were in that specific trade, my stop loss would be at the break even. And for this trade, after clearing this partial, I would still put my stop loss above this gap, because as this market didn't build any sort of order block, I will wait for this market to go back again over here to build the order block, then fall again to take this sell side liquidity. I prefer like that way. So this gap, which is from 1 minute chart, the last fair value gap, is will give me the reaction to send the market inside this gap so that it can build the order block if it wants to make it. Okay, if it doesn't want to do that, I don't give a shit. However, if it come over here, then we'll wait for the order block, then fall again to take this sell side liquidity over here around that area. As this gap is broken, I'm going to remove this gap from my chart because it doesn't have any value, because this was the last period that could stop the market and send it higher again to clear this buy side liquidity over here, this small buy side liquidity. As it's been broken, I believe that this market will fall and take this sell side liquidity and that sell side liquidity. So in that specific trade, I would get stopped out to the break even here. That is the break even. So this trade, I'm done. Cleared the partial, came to this last gap, rejected from there, stop me out to the break even. In this trade, I am still in this trade. For example, if I were in that trade, or of course, I would go for this trade if it was inside the session. So am I afraid? Of course not, man. Why it is going higher? Either to trade this order block here or to build an order block here. Any of them is going to be created over here. Can it keep going higher? Of course, it can do that. In that type of scenario, maybe I'll get stopped out without the partial. But I prefer this market to build either the order block with this gap, or to go back again to trade this order block, which is also going to build a bearish order block with this gap as well. So maximum line, trade this order block or the 50% of this order block before falling again to take this sell side liquidity. This is called the reaction. Reaction sending the market to build the order block. Learn it, earn it. I'm reading the market with live. Please don't take the trade. It's a request to all of you. Don't take the trade. It's a request to all of you. Please, please, please. I repeat, don't take this trade. I repeat to all of you. Please, please, please. It's a request to all of you. Don't go for this trade. It will work. I don't give a shit, man. I need you to learn it and then execute this logic inside the session, not outside of the session. Pray to God if this liquidity can be left until the PM session. If it left it, man, you will find the one of the best entry opportunity toward that sell side liquidity. I promise you, brother and sister. This gap, no value. I'm watching this candle over here. Can it trade this this order block? More importantly, can it I mean can it go maximum to the 50% of this candle, which is the order block, mean threshold. So over here. That is the last line for me for the bull run, mean threshold over there. Okay. Brother, it is going higher to stop you out. You have to accept that. That was the probability. See, my partial level is around the 50% of this last gap. So I was interested to see the reaction from the 50%. Actually, the reaction happened from the top of this gap. Exactly from the top of this gap. Okay, it was something like sometimes unlucky situation. You don't get the partial. Instead of that, maybe you trailed your stop loss to the break even, you got stopped out because you didn't know that what do you have over there. You had no idea what was there. So why this market is going higher? Then you started to think this is a bull market. So you started to look for the buy. This market fall again. Disaster. But if you knew why it is going higher, you'd never think about either to trail your stop loss or to to think about a buy opportunity. By the way, if any of you are interested to trade and to go for the buy, please go for it. Okay, I'm not asking any of you not to take the buy. I'm just saying what I am seeing in this market. In live market. Okay, not hindsight, no hindsight, because when I started to explain this price action, I know 90% of the people are thinking, man, everyone can do this type of hindsight things. I'm just telling you, don't go for this trade because this is the lunch hour. Because lunch hour, I don't believe the price action. If it was the PM session, I would I would simply say that, man, this could be my PM session first trade. I'm going to believe this and I'm gonna take this trade. Watch it, the price action. I'm saying this is the masterclass of ICT concepts. This gap is respecting bullshit. Okay, brother, it is trading this gap. Bullshit. Why this gap is important? If this market take this high, trade this mean threshold, and close below this gap, I'm able to add more over here toward that sell side liquidity. If it failed to take this high over here, failed to take that high, I'm not able to add more over here. I'm not able to do that. So it's all about the pyramiding the trade. Am I going to think it is going to go higher from that fair value gap? 100% no. Yeah, we can did the damage. Of course, it can do that because my stop loss is very tight. I've just covered the low of this fair value gap because this time, if the mean threshold is broken, this high and this relatively equal highs is obvious. So for me, I don't see any logic to put my stop loss above this high. It is not protected high. These highs are gonna be oversure if this high is taken. So I'm not interested to put my stop loss above this high. I want to just cover the low of this 50-minute bearish gap, which is going to be protected by the mean threshold of the order block. So took me. Just want to see if it really would love to take that buy side liquidity right now. Or does it want to fall? So this trade didn't work. Good. We'll see if it can take these highs now and then fall again. Or otherwise, if it respect this min threshold and started to fall, wick did the damage, that is unluck. Bad luck, okay, not unluck, bad luck. The min threshold is still holding the market. Nobody has closed above this line, but I prefer to take that buy side liquidity, to be honest. If it can do that, that is awesome. I don't need to worry about the buy side liquidity anymore. Can I re-enter over here from this inverse gap? Of course, I can do that. But it is awesome if it can clear this buy side liquidity. Am I going to enter into the PM session? I don't think so. Still, I need to wait for 12 minutes. 12 more candle I have to wait. If the sell side liquidity is not taken by this lunch hour, you are extremely lucky. You will find a beautiful sell setup. Okay, so main threshold is broken. That buy side liquidity is going to be taken. After that, maybe it will fall. It's not a bullish market. So some of you are thinking this is a bullish market. It's not a bullish market. It left that liquidity. I thought that it is going to be left open, but this last gap reaction sent the market clear to liquidity before falling again. Again, I can be wrong. Maybe this is a bullish market. I can be wrong. Okay, there is nothing called permanent in this market, but to me, it is still a bearish market. It will fall. Just wanna see if it can take this liquidity. More importantly, if it would love to trade this water block before falling out one more time. Please don't go for any kind of trade before 12:50. I'll try to be here until 12:50 to frame the first trade, of course the winning trade, and then close the stream if there is no load shedding. How I'm going to think about the buy only. That means it's not a bearish market anymore, it's only the bullish market. If I see market from 50-minute chart has closed above this line, then I will say done for today. I'm not interested to go for any other trade for today. If the body can close from 50-minute chart above this line, then my trade is done. Trade is done. There is an SMT as well. Come on, take that liquidity, then fall. If it left that liquidity, it's highly risky to frame the sell without clearing that liquidity. So take that liquidity, then it will fall. Hold on with me, please, until the PM session. Don't go for the trade before the PM session. Even if it works, I don't give a shit. You will miss the trade, just sacrifice that trade. I'm not liking if it fall over here. So I want to see how far it can maximum fall before clearing that liquidity. Okay. I have the SMT though over there. I'm gonna keep this gap open here. Come on, man. Just 8 more minutes. Wait 8 more minutes before clearing this liquidity. Just wait. Just wait. Don't fall, please. I'm just going to request the market. Please don't fall. Just wait 8 more minutes for me. How you identify the liquidity and bias? Hey, Tate. Man, watch from the beginning, brother. Yep, it's launch hour. Please don't go for the trade, Naz. My target master until London low. I don't know where is the London low. How to identify the liquidity and bias? Tate, you have to watch the live from the beginning, brother. TGIF, you will start to look for that from 2:30. Watch the last week and see how the TGIF works from the 2:30. So wait for the TGIF. If you would love to look for the TGIF, wait for that from 2:30. Before 2:30, don't look for the TGIF. Please market wait 8 more minutes for me. Please don't fall. I have the SMT over here. You see, like this high. Man, if really it fall and now like this inverse gap is one of the best inverse gap. Now if it really fall before 2:30, I mean sorry, before 12:50, I won't be able to stay over here. So before 12:50, if this liquidity is taken or if the market come here somewhere, I won't be able to frame a trade around this PM session. So I need to wait like for 6 more minutes before going for the trade. I have no idea. This is all gonna depend on the luck. If the market fall before 12:50, I won't be able to frame this trade. Please don't close below this inverse gap. Please don't close below this inverse gap. Please don't close below this inverse gap. Just trade the 50% level and then started to go higher, take that buy side. Like to wait for the 250. Come on. I just need 5 more minutes. Just 5 more minutes. Mhm. I wanna take this sell. Come on. Come on, man, please. Okay, it tapped to this 618 level. Pray, everyone, start to pray, okay? Send the market higher so that it can be overzealous to go toward that liquidity over here. Everyone start to pray. Otherwise, I'm not able to take this trade. Come on, come on, come on. If it was inside the session, this is gonna be my next trade. After this trade, I would go for this trade over here. So here, I would go for the partial, stop out to the break even. I would wait for exactly this setup over here to take the sell again for this sell side liquidity. Buy side liquidity, I don't give a shit. Again, like the last time, I don't care about this liquidity. If it was the inside the session, as it is not inside the session, I'm not able to push the button from this inverse gap right now. Even like this is a high probability to me, but I am not able to take any sort of sell from this inverse gap because this is not inside the session. Come on, man. Go, 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 go up. Please don't go for this trade. Please, please, please don't go for this trade. Wait for 1250. It's a request to all of you. Please don't go for the trade. Wait for 1250. Without 1250, don't take any kind of trade. This liquidity, I don't give a shit. I think I'll miss this trade. Let's see. Until this first partial. It will never fall before taking that buy side liquidity. Sure, you sure? What buy side liquidity are you looking, bro? Next, it is possible. It's possible to fall. It is clean on SP 500. I think Don Ju is in a cell. He is saying this from the frustration. But it's okay. We'll let this go, man. Eid Mubarak, Tahir. How are you? I want to see 10-14 fair value gap touch before falling. 10-14 fair value gap. This gap, or yeah, I think you are talking about this gap. Let's hope for the best, brother. Please don't go for this trade. There is no valid trade before 1250. After 1250, we'll go for the trade. Just 2 more minutes. I hope this market will stay over here. So after 2 minutes, we'll look for the trade. Don't care about this buy side liquidity. This is not some kind of buy side liquidity that needs to be taken. Remember, this liquidity is not an important liquidity. Even though it looks like so beautiful to you, it's not a liquidity that is important for the market. Why? Because you see this 15-minute chart, this market is rejecting from this 15-minute fair value gap. See over here, from the 15-minute bearish fair value gap, it is rejecting from this 50-minute bearish fair value gap. So this liquidity is not some kind of liquidity. I can't frame the sell. So around the morning session, remember what did I say? I'm not able to take the buy as long as this liquidity is not taken. So this whole buy, I have to let them go because this liquidity is something that needs to be taken before this market go higher. But this area, this liquidity, market doesn't need to clear this liquidity. Trust me, man. It's something market never look for them. This is not a resistance zone over here. The resistance was over here that has been already cleared by this candle. So it's been cleared. It's a liquidity that has been built for later use. So you don't need to worry about this liquidity. This market has zero possibility to go for that liquidity. Unfortunately, I'm not able to take this trade because I'm not inside the session. So this is still the PM session. So now it's 12:50. Let's see if I can find an opportunity. Let me see. Okay, let's hope for the best. I don't know I'll get this opportunity on. If it come here, build an up close body close candle closed below this up close body close candle, then I'll take the sell from that order block. Okay, if it come to this gap, swing low has been shifted over here, a new market structure shift, fair value gap. So I'll look for that. I don't think so it is going to happen because this inverse gap is highly very strong fair value gap over here. So I don't know I am going to miss this trade or not. Let me see if I can find another opportunity over here. Mm, let's remove this. No, that is the only opportunity. So if the market come here, build a bearish order block, then and only then I'll be able to frame the sell. Any kind of sell right now I'm going to frame that is valid to take. So if it provide me the opportunity, I'll take the sell. Okay, let's wait. However, if any of you are interested to take the buy, please go for it. I hope it will give me the opportunity, but I don't think so. It will give me the opportunity, man. Come on, give me one opportunity, please. Just don't fall. Just don't fall. I need to keep this gap open to my chart. Guys, if you are really interested to learn, listen to me very carefully, okay? If you're not interested to learn, you can do whatever you want to do. You can say whatever you want to say. But if you're really interested to learn the ICT concepts, listen to me very carefully. Whatever I'm explaining, why this liquidity is not important to me, I'm also explaining that. So if you are like someone who really ignored type person, then you can do whatever you want to do. But why it is not important, I'm also explaining that to you, okay? So remember what I'm explaining. Okay, I just missed the trade, okay? Unfortunately. The setup has been already created inside the lunch hour, so I'm going to miss this trade. Bad luck. This is just a bad luck. Can I frame a trade? Let's wait a bit more time. I'll wait a bit more time. I just need a bull run right now. That's all I need to take the sell. This 50-minute bullish gap is still holding the market. Happy to see that. Can it go higher? Now I'm asking market to go higher so that I can take the sell to this fair value gap so that I can take the sell from the order block. If it come to this gap, I'll be able to take the sell. Except this, so far I don't see any other opportunity. At least not now, not yet. Let's hope for the best, guys. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, market, come on. Give me something. By the way, if like I can see 61 people are watching, if there is even a single person who is thinking about a buy to take the buy, go for it, brother. I highly appreciate it. I highly respect it. So I'm happy today. I finally see your face live. Let me take one stick for you. Don't promote it, okay? If you promote it, they will just ban ban our channel. Must I'm a sell right now. Okay, you are in a sell right now. Uh, you should not do that. Okay, I don't know what to say, brother. I mean, of course, you are in a good situation, but still, I can't promote the entry inside the lunch hour. I have already missed the trade, unfortunately. The setup has been created, this inverse gap has been created inside the launch hour, unfortunately. And this is my bad luck. You have to accept that. I explained this price action, just told you not to take the trade inside the launch hour. That is the only thing I told you because launch hour is some kind of risky area to trade. So, in my opinion, we should not go for the trade inside the launch hour. I don't see anything over here to take the sell. My only opportunity was to take the sell. If it could come over here, then I could take the sell. However, it is a very good learning session. Okay, you have seen the inversion fair value gap. You have seen the 22 YT model. You have seen how to avoid the liquidity. You don't need to worry about the liquidity. You have seen that, and you also have seen that how to look for the bias. Even if this run or this market, I showed you how to look for the bias. Right? I think it's a good learning session. You promised yesterday, but didn't delivered. Break even. Okay. What you guys are talking about? Hey, Tahir, Naz, must okay, Naz, I'm not going to read that. Bro, share the standard value. I shared it, man. Let me come to here. It's been already marked over there. As Sharada, you are here, brother. Tell me, did you get the beauty of this market? Did I talk about this before? Look over here. Low, high, lower low. First leg, second leg, third leg. Second leg, lowest body, highest body. Mark the low and the high. Look for the standard deviation for minus 1.5, at least to get some sort of reaction. If the daily candle close above this line, look for minus 2.5 standard deviation. So this was minus 1.5 today. So yesterday, when I showed you this level over here, that was this line, which is minus 1.5 standard deviation. I told you that if this candle can close above the 50% of that week, this market will trade this line 100%. If it is overzealous, it can come to this minus 2.5 standard deviation. I'm sorry, brother. My hands have demon click. Man, please don't copy my trade. Okay, I don't know how to trade. Okay, I'm a very noob. A lot of people will come and you will see that they will start to say, you are a noob. You don't know how to trade. I highly appreciate them because I don't know how to trade. So please don't copy my trade. I'm not here so that you guys can copy my trade. I'm here just to explain the price action according to my understanding. If it wasn't trade from this inverse gap, it has already provided me 43 handle. Man, I can't enter over here. Unfortunately, by anyhow, I can't enter over here. I told you guys that I'm going to frame a trade inside the PM session, but as you can see, when the PM session start, it never go higher. Just needed to see this candle one more time to come to this gap so that I could frame a trade over there. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. And like 1 minute left before this candle close. If it close below this 50-minute fair value gap, below this 50-minute fair value gap, this liquidity, that liquidity, and finally that liquidity will be triggered, bagged and tagged without me. Come on, man. Give me one opportunity at least. Show me fib level, bro. You don't know the fib level? Come on, Sharada, you are with me for so long, man. Just take a screenshot, brother. Just take a screenshot. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Hey, Ripa, how are you, brother? Finally, a face to the name. Now you know that I'm not a bot. Okay, I'm not a bot. I'm a human being. Yes, bro, I have a setup also, tight stop loss. Okay, that's cool, man. I highly appreciate it, brother. Is that Naz, like my sister Naz or my brother Naz? I think it's my sister, right? 5 minute travel gap for me. Will be trades. I don't look for the 5 minute chart, you know that. Hey Ridoy, how are you, brother? Thank you. I took the screenshot. Thank you, man. I just need to see how this candle is like here. Where did it close? Okay, it has closed inside this 15-minute gap. Still, I have a hope to see if it can fall. Still, I have a hope. Just need to see if it can. I don't think so. It will come over here. But if it come, then I'll find a trade. This 1 minute last gap is still holding the market. The 50% is still holding the market. So I hope I'll find a trade. Thank you. I took a screenshot, bro. No worries, man. Chotu, you are the lizard. Who's Chotu? I'm the lizard. I'm the wizard. I'm the lizard as well. Yeah, I'm also the lizard. Still, this 50-minute gap is holding. So hope for the best, guys. If it really can go a bit higher, I will be able to frame a sell. If it doesn't, it has to come to this gap. Except coming to this gap, I won't be able to frame any sort of sell over here. So if it come here, then and only then I'll be able to take a trade. Now I'm going to give you another small masterclass over here that I have explained yesterday's PM session. Today I'm going to give you a live example. Are you guys ready for that? First, let me know. Are you guys ready or not? Whoever were with me yesterday's PM session, the thing I explained over here as an hindsight, I'm gonna give you the live example of that scenario here in this area. Any of you are interested about that? Bro, are you still in Portugal? I'm in Bangladesh, brother. Bro, my wife also knows the power of T2, isn't? It's great, man. I need the reply fast, man. Okay, Uchuk, you are here. Okay, perfect. Yesterday, the PM session where I told that I was expecting it's gonna be a consolidation. I had the sell side liquidity, I had the buy side liquidity. So fast. Just remember, this is the buy side liquidity. See here, here. This is the sell side liquidity over here. Look at this sell side liquidity. Okay, forget about everything else. Sell side, buy side, 50% is here. This is the 50%. Look, market structure shift. I don't need the beautiful market structure shift. I have the market structure shift. Look at this, okay? Very carefully. Watch it. Market structure shift. I have the fair value gap over here, okay? I'm going to remove this line. And I'm going to remove this 50-minute gap because you know there is a 50-minute gap. I'm going to remove this range again, okay? Sell side, buy side, fair value gap. Am I going to take the buy from here? 100% no. What I need to look for the confirmation, order block confirmation to take the buy for this buy side liquidity. This is gonna be a live example of that, okay? If I would love to take a sell, what do I need? Just a lower market structure shift. That's more than enough to take the sell. As my understanding is saying me to look for the sell, so lower market structure shift is more than enough for me to take the sell. But how do I know that this market is really interested to go for this buy side liquidity without the sell side liquidity? I need the confirmation from the order block. So lowest down close body close candle, if it can close above this candle, above this candle over here, I'm good to go to take a buy from this order block by putting my stop loss below the order block for the buy side liquidity from the confirmed entry. Of course, you have to take the partial wherever it is valid. Otherwise, if it go like this way and there is a lower market structure shift, fair value gap, I don't need any sort of confirmation to take the sell over here from that bearish 22 YT model. Remember yesterday's PM session. Watch it one more time if you have any confusion. And exactly this type of scenario where you should use that logic I have explained yesterday's PM session. It's gonna be a live example for you guys. Watch what I have told you just now. Just watch it, okay? Go for it, brother. I'm here. Hey, Suzivan, you are also over here. Thank you so much, man. You remember what did I say? No, I don't think so that it will give me the opportunity because when this low will be shifted, this is the market structure shift. There will be fair value gap. I don't know that it will even give me the one is to one partial or not. Just let me see if I can get it. I think I'll be able to get it. Okay. So this is the lower market structure shift low, which swing low is valid so far. Okay. If it doesn't build any sort of swing low over here and shift that swing low in that type of scenario, that is the only low swing low which is valid for shifting market structure. So bullish setup, you need to wait for the confirmation because my bias is bearish. If my bias was bullish, for example, if my bias was bullish, I was interested to look for the buy. In that type of scenario, look at this. Here, it didn't work. Market structure shift, fair value gap, it didn't work. Got the market structure shift. I'm already in a buy over here for this buy side liquidity. If my bias was bullish, my bias is not bullish. So this market structure shift, if this low is been shifted over here, if it is going to be shifted over there around that area. Unfortunately, I don't have the enough range over there. But if I got this market structure shift, this market structure shift will turn into the liquidity. Watch it very carefully. I'll keep it for now as a market structure shift just to see if it can build the order block because so far I didn't get the lower market structure shift. So it can work with the order block to go for that buy side liquid. Okay, just I'm forgetting everything, whatever I told you so far. Forget everything. Just watch this live example about the explanation I gave you yesterday's PM session. This is really so fun, man. To take the sell, I don't need the confirmation, but to take the buy, I need the confirmation. I don't think so. This buy side liquidity will be taken. So even if I would love to, if I get an opportunity, that trade will be from here to until that low, okay, which is nearly 20 handle only. Unfortunately, of course, Rana can hold it until that area. It could be hold. So let's say what market is going to offer me. I'm gonna watch with that. Go with that. I still believe this is going to fall, but I just need a sell setup over here. Just a lower market structure shift. That's all with a fair value gap and immediate reaction to take the sell. But to take the buy, I need the confirmation. And for that, it has to close above that order block. That's all. It's not going higher, but unfortunately, I'm not even able to enter into this market without any sort of opportunity. So my entry opportunity is from here, either from here or if it provide the lower market structure shift, you will see how beautifully it will work. But here the range is very small, like sell side liquidity is here and entry will be maybe here somewhere. So that will be like 28 handle only. Both way the entry is a very small range around that area. This is really highly consolidation, but still we are able to break this consolidation. Watch it, learn it. You will start to count the candle when the body will close above this fair value gap, above this bullish fair value gap. You will start to watch the, you will start to count the candle. If after closing above this gap, if it failed to close above this order block within 5 candle, then this order block is not valid. It's not valid entry to take the buy. Forget everything I explained until now. Okay, it will fall the sell side liquidity. It will go for the buy side. It can't go for the. Forget everything over here. Just watch this very carefully. Those who are interested to learn this, just watch yesterday's PM session. Over there, I have explained it. Of course, that was the hindsight because I had no electricity, so unfortunately, I was not able to be here in front of my chart. Come on, baby, you're not far and I don't want you night. Hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor. I want you, baby. Baby, I don't want you come tonight. Baby, I don't want you come tonight. I don't want you come to a bit. Still, I didn't get the market structure shift. Come on. Just one tick go below this line and build a bearish gap over here. I don't even need the bearish gap actually. Have the bearish gap here. Just if it can go one tick below this is a valid sell for me from this gap so far around here. Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't have the market structure shift, so I'm not able to take this sell from here just by one tick. I needed one tick market structure shift. I don't have that. So this is not a valid trade. How you're going to call it? It's a bad luck? It's a good luck? What is this? Like I have the market structure shift now. here. I just need to see if it can like leave this gap open. I just need that gap to left it open a bit. If it do that, that's a valid trade to me. If like here, there, from this gap to until this sell side liquidity from here, okay? Not a good way, like it's not a good example of that type of setup, but still this is a valid trade to me. So if I were here and I'm interested to trade this market, I would go for this trade. Now here you can see if I put my stop loss above this high, this is gonna be 13 handle. Not interested to put it over there. Would love to come it and put it over here, which is 19 handle. Just because it's a very small range, so I would love to go for that. If I were here, that would be my first trade for today, to this PM session. Not a good way, okay? This is really not a good setup because while I got the market structure shift already, this gap has been traded already over here. But still, I would love to believe this. So I should be in this trade over here. So I'm going to watch it as a liquidity taken. So market has cleared this liquidity. This is not the word block. This is the origin high of the setup. This high should not be cleared. So I have to cover this high just by one tick, like just by one tick here or two tick or something like that. Wanna take the trade from this gap. If I were here, if I'm trading, okay, this is gonna be my first trade for this PM session. At least the partial, and then the target is sell side liquidity. Or in other word, if you would love to go for the partial, this is the 1:1 partial. So you will take the partial over here, around here. Listen what I'm saying. I'm saying this is gonna be this is my first trade to this PM session. Yeah, I agree with you. It's not a best example, but I'm just trying to explain you the logic over here. So this could be the first partial. That is the second partial if you want to take the partial here. And finally, I would love to hold the trade until this sells liquidity over here. Watch it. Come on, baby, you're not Friday night on all night. Hit the dance floor, hit the dance floor. I want you, babe. So yesterday 1 p.m. session, I explained it. It was on hindsight, right? Today I'm explaining this or showing this setup in live, but I'm not saying it is going to work. But this is a high probability to me to go for this trade. Okay, even though this setup is not the best setup, still that is a high probable sell to me from this area, according to the logic of the sell side and the buy side. So first market structure shift has been failed, not 100% because this low need to be taken to say this bull setup has been failed already to take this low. When this low will be taken, then I will say this bull setup is failed and I'm really happy to hold this sell setup. So for me, now I want to see a candle just to go one tick below this low. Just I need to see one candle to go one tick below this low. That's more than enough for thinking about a sell. Here, the highest up close body close candle should work as an order block. If it doesn't build another highest up close body close candle, this should work as an order block. For me, the 50% of this candle is important, highly important. So here to here, I don't want to see anybody to close above the 50%. Okay, it has already closed. So one candle has closed. Let's see if the next candle can close below this min threshold of this candle. Risk 20 handle. I'm gonna bring back that 50-minute gap to my chart just to see where it is trading. That 50-minute bullish gap. Okay. So I bring that 50-minute bullish gap back to my chart, which was working as a support. Now it should work as a resistance. This 50-minute gap. I want to see the next candle to close below the 50% of this mean threshold or of that line to use this candle as an order block. This candle has to close below this line over here. Now I need a gap, bearish gap that will be unfilled. So a gap, bearish gap will be there that will be unfilled. Still, this gap is holding the market. Nobody has closed below the concurrent crossment. As well as I need a candle close below the 50% of this line. Okay, 50% of this gap. Reaction from this gap has already sent the market higher, failed to clear this buy side liquidity. This time, the reaction I don't want to see to send the market higher. Watch it, learn it, earn it. Please. I won't be here for the rest of my life. Those who are confused about this, go and watch yesterday's PM session live. Over there, I have explained exactly this same case of scenario. For now, if you're not believing me, ask Sujivan or Uchuk because I believe they are over there. I need a gap that will be unfilled now. So let's see if it can build a gap over here. If it make a gap over here, that is going to be unfilled gap. I don't know it will make it or not, but if it make it, I want to see this gap to be unfilled. Okay, here. If it doesn't build the gap, then I will wait for that unfilled gap. Okay, it just filled this gap 100%. So still I don't have the unfilled gap. I need the unfilled gap. Brother, it is going higher. Of course, it can go higher. Okay, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe this is not going to work. But this is the logic or the probability I'm seeing here to take the sell. You don't need to believe me. You have to just watch me. You don't need to believe me. You have to watch me. And then you will see whatever I'm explaining, does it really works or not? If it works again, 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 and again, then believe me. Until then, don't believe me, okay? Mhm. Let's see if it can build a gap over here. I need a gap, bearish gap. And by the next 3 to 4 candle, that gap need to be unfilled, okay? So this low is taken. That means this market structure shift is now been failed. Yeah, here I took a bit risk over here because, like, uh, as long as this low is not taken, I was not sure that it is going to fall. But now I'm over sure this is going to fall because this setup, bull setup, has been failed over here. Partial stop loss where? To the break even. Brother, if I put my stop loss to the break even, I'll get stopped out. Bullshit. If you don't put your stop loss to the break even right now, you're gambling. Why? Did market left any job over there? Nothing is left over here. Nothing. Simply nothing is left over here. Every single job is done over here. If this market come back again to trade this gap over here, it means that this market is not maybe bearish. Maybe this is bullish market. Those people who are with me yesterday's PM session, it was hindsight. Did you get the live example of that explanation? I love to give you the live example. Watch it. Second partial should be here. Third partial should be here. And then you can hold the trade until that area. I don't care about this sell side liquidity, okay? Because I really don't know what is going to happen over here. I mean, after clearing this line, what is going to happen? I have no idea. Okay, it can dance a lot. This gap is broken. See that candle over here when it has closed below the CE of this gap, below this gap. Look at the next candle. Look at the very next candle. Look, keep watching the candles. When the gap CE is broken to this specific last gap. See you later, Ripa. I'm sleepy now, brother. Hey, Naj. I'm so sorry. I kept you awake. I'm so sorry, sister. My favorite song, absolutely, man. I have yesterday's PM stream link saved. That's cool, man. IOFED, Institutional Order Flow Entry Drill. IOFED. Brother, it didn't hit your target. Why you are writing boom? I know, I know. I know, man. I know. It should be the capital letter. Why it's coming to the small letter? I know, I know. I didn't get the boom. It will stop me out to the 550 under loss. Watch it, take it, learn it. That's all I'm asking you guys. Mm. By the way, thank you for writing boom, man. Betrayeds, Hridoy, both of you. Thank you so much. Ah, man, it is started to go higher. Now it will take the buy side liquidity. Of course, it can do that. I'm not saying it can't do that. How much I'm going to lose? My stop loss is here, exactly over here. I didn't want to see this to feel 100%. When it has filled 100%, I will wait for a breaker block entry as long as this high is not going to be taken. My stop loss is at the break even over here. I don't care what is happening over here. My stop loss is at the break even. That's all. Come on, man. I wanted to see this little liquidity to be taken and then to close my stream. Now this market will do that. This is so pathetic. Oh, man. Not only this sell side liquidity, remember, it is not an important sell side liquidity. The important line is over here. That is the important line, not this line. It is not a sell side liquidity I'm watching for. I'm watching for this line. Now my stop loss is one tick above this candle. When this candle will close, my stop loss will be one tick above this candle. So let me mark a line over here. Here, stop loss is around that area. Another bearish order block if this candle can close below this candle. Remember, the line is over here, not this line. It's not the last line to fall. This is the last line to fall. After this line, maybe it will go higher. I don't care. Okay. So thank you so much, guys, for being over here. Don't forget to push a like button. In this area, I have already shown you all the objectives over here inside the lunch hour. Maybe I'll go for this trade. This trade is not valid. Okay, inside the lunch hour, it's not a valid trade, but still that will give you the partial. The next opportunity to take entry is from this inversion fair value gap. If I miss this inversion fair value gap, I will wait for exactly this type of scenario around here. And after getting this scenario, I'm preferring to take the sell. Remember, this is not the last line. So don't get confused. Now this market will go higher, right? Bullshit. One point with the analysis as well as thank you, Betrayed, Suzivan. Boom. Thank you, man. Love you, stream, brother. Thank you so much, brother. I would save today and yesterday's live streaming, saved and studied over the weekend. These two streams are the best. Thank you so much for saying that, brother. Okay, guys, I have to close the stream. It's already 11:30. I have to pray actually. I didn't pray. So see you guys, okay? And be careful. This is not a random market. This is a very calculative market with a very calculative, you know, algorithmic price action. I also like that way. Just remember, this is the liquidity. I don't know it is going to take this liquidity or not. I have no idea. I hope it will be taken, but this is the most important liquidity that needs to be taken, in my opinion. Maybe I'll be wrong. I don't care because make maximum portion of the liquidity, I'm sorry, contract size will be cleared over here. And then I'll just put my stop loss over here to wait to see if it can keep falling. Okay. I'll see you Monday, God willing. Enjoy your weekend. Boom. Thank you, Chuk. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. So see you the next time. Until then, cheers, guys.